called Nick's QB rankings, and here's what we've got. 8 quarterbacks remain. A Super Bowl champion, a prince, an injured star, Mr. Irrelevant, Joe Cool, the pride of Buffalo, a resurgent cowboy, and Daniel Jones. Nick has ranked these gentlemen committee-less. Take it away.
All right, we'll go 8-1. So yesterday was cute and fun. Yeah. Every sports television show in America, except for maybe this one, did the who's going to be the first to give the Daniel Jones apology. And then the rest of the week, something you'll realize if anyone does a segment like this, you know what we'll all have in common? Coming in last in the quarterback rankings is, of course, Daniel Jones. No one disagrees. We're all happy for you, Daniel. But of the 8 guys left, you're the one we trust the least. Number 7 and the hardest player to rank, Brock Purdy. He's been excellent. However, there is the looming Jimmy G factor of, wait, would literally any quarterback that knows, not to run out the back of the end zone look like this? With these weapons in this offense.
Fair point, bro.
And because he's a rookie and because the sample size is so limited, we couldn't put him higher than 7. Peanut gallery, please. Number 6, Dak Prescott. Oh, put some respect on his name. Okay, what of the 5 guys would any of you have Dak Prescott ranked ahead of? We can discuss in a moment. He is a nice player. He had a phenomenal game. Does anybody trust him to next week not have 2 interceptions before halftime? I don't. Number 6 on the quarterback rankings of the players left. Number 5, the Nick Kyrgios of the NFL, Josh Allen.
What's that mean?
Well, it means the upside is when he's at his best. It's like, is he as good as Rafa Nadal? And when he's at his worst, he's flinging the racket into the crowd. Like Josh Allen is flinging the football all over the field. Sometimes his team, sometimes the other team. As high of a ceiling as any player in the league not named Patrick Mahomes. Unfortunately, a floor that seemed to be the exact same floor as Skylar Thompson's this week, except Skylar couldn't have had 5 turnovers the way Josh could have.
Wow.
So the downside is rapidly approaching the upside, and he does more often than any other quarterback the single worst thing a quarterback can do. Therefore, he's number 5. Number 4, Jalen Hurts. Excellent season pre-injury. The guy before the injury had 22 passing touchdowns and just 3 interceptions. However, in his last 2 games, he did have the 3 interceptions, and you have to be at least a little concerned of this. The Eagles hacked the quarterback sneak this year. The 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, they did it more than 30 times. They're better than 90% success rate. Can they still do it with his shoulder banged up? However, what he has done thus far this season gives him this ranking at number 4. Number 3, the Prince. All he's been is the best quarterback in the NFL for 2 months. His first playoff game was all time, and I called him Peyton Manning 2.0. And by the way, Peyton Manning, yes, he also had a 4-interception game. Unfortunately for him, it was in year 6, not in year 2. Also for Peyton Manning, year 6 was the first year he actually won a playoff game. So maybe Peyton Manning 2.0 was a bit of an insult. By the way, another AFC South quarterback that had a 4-turnover, 4-score comeback in the playoffs. One Andrew Luck, down 28 points to the Chiefs. Not that long, I guess about a decade ago. Turned the ball over 4 times, then had a roaring comeback. What do they have in common? Both number 1 picks, both transcendent prospects. Trevor's got a little better hair, though. Number 2, second best quarterback alive is probably the second best quarterback in the playoffs. Didn't have a run game this week, and while it almost bit them, it did not. 3rd and 7+ for this team feels like 3rd and 2 for everybody else. And his poise under pressure is second only to, of course, the number 1 quarterback. And at this point, have regular First Things First viewers noticed we don't talk about Patrick Mahomes much lately? Well, that's because when he's so clearly the MVP, and they're so clearly the best team, and they're so clearly the favorite, Wilds and Brew in our pre-show meeting, they're like, guys, I don't know what to say about him anymore. And I'm like, okay, we can talk about something else. He's number 1. Nobody argues that he's number 1. That's your quarterback rankings for this year's playoffs. Go ahead, Mark Schlereth.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate the fact that Mahomes is number 1, and I can't disagree with that. And I can't disagree with Burrow. I think I would move Josh Allen up to probably number 3, although he has turned the ball over a little bit. But he is so dynamic when things are on the line. But I can't. The Prince.
What about him?
I didn't even know he was the Prince until yesterday when I came here.
It's the
one guy calls him the Prince.
That's it.
Okay.
One guy.
Prince was promised.
Well,
Glad to
I
know
always
you're a regular
watch
viewer.
when they're talking. Then when you come
Oh,
on,
you
I
muted
clicked
it?
it
Okay,
because
no
of Kansas City roots.
Yeah.
No, but I would have to move him underneath Dak Prescott.
Underneath Dak?
Thank you.
Yes, underneath Dak. I would have to move.
No
I would
argument
have to
here.
move him to what? 6th. I go
Sixth?
with Daniel Jones. Yes. Then I go obviously at Purdy because of
You would have
all the
Trevor
things-
6th.
Trevor 6th. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence 6th.
Played one half of good football.
Oh, did he play one
What
half?
happened? Hey,
Hold on.
look, if the Chargers coaching staff was competent,
Thank you. Thank you.
They're out of the playoffs right now, and he's got
Okay.
4 picks and 1 TD.
When you say,
And
I'm
there's
just
no
curious,
concert
when
on
you
the show
say
anymore.
one half of good football, Kevin Wiles,
Yeah.
did you mean one half of a season of the best football? Because since week 9, here's how Trevor Lawrence ended the year. Passer rating, number 1 in the league. A 7-2 record with one of those losses coming against the Chiefs, so it doesn't even really count. A 15-2 touchdown interception ratio. And so, yes, I understand. He had a rough 25 minutes of game time. Sue him. Luckily, he more than made up for it. So, no, he is ranked properly, and I'm giving deference to Joe Burrow. However, if we could have gotten Trevor versus Joe Burrow, if the Dolphins could have taken care of business, that could have changed, but we don't get it. Go ahead, Brew.
I thought the tiers were bizarre. This is lunacy.
What's lunacy?
This is Josh Allen should be number 2. All right,
Number
Patrick
2?
Mahomes- Yes, number 2. And I know you got him 5th because he had 3 turnovers over the weekend.
Coulda had
How
5.
many did Trevor Lawrence have? 4. Okay, Trevor Lawrence had more interceptions in one half actually, than Josh Allen has had in his 7 playoff games in his career.
I mean, that seems relevant.
I mean,
sure.
Josh Allen, and here's why I'm putting him ahead of Burrow. Because Josh Allen has been money in the playoffs.
Misleading.
Okay? He's got 18 touchdowns in 7 playoff games. Burrow's got 7 in 5 playoff games. All right, Josh Allen should be number 2. He had a couple of missteps last week, but Trevor Lawrence certainly had more. And so that's my
having
biggest
Josh
beef.
Allen ahead of Joe Burrow is lunacy.
Why?
Utter and total lunacy. So first of all, you can talk about Trevor's playoff career compared to Josh's. Here's something Trevor and Joe Burrow already have more of than Josh in their playoff career. Double-digit playoff comebacks. Furthermore, Trevor Lawrence, much like LeVar Ball,
you can't start a fire and then be a hero for
thank
putting it out.
you.
Oh, sure you can. It's
Thank
actually
you.
a lot of stories. But can I show you?
Josh has
Speaking
the third,
of,
you noticed,
Hold
Nick,
on.
the 3rd highest passer rating in playoff history.
Yes, I will get to that in just a moment.
It is
That's
7
very
games on a
valuable
small
stat
sample
where
size.
Tom Brady is 20th. So I am sure it is an unimpeachable statistic. But talking about starting fires, no one has been a bigger arsonist this year than your beloved Josh Allen. 32 times this year, he has thrown picks or fumbled the ball, including more than Trevor in the first playoff game with 5 combined picks and fumbles.
Who had
Trevor
the better
had
regular
4.
season?
The better regular season?
Trevor Lawrence or Josh? Josh Allen had 12 more touchdowns than
Eye of
Trevor
the beholder,
Lawrence.
my
And a
friend.
higher passer rating.
And here's,
more
the,
yards per game.
here's the other part of it.
And
When it
runs the
comes
ball.
to the playoffs, Josh Allen is not consistently great in the playoffs. When he is great, he's historically great. He has played 7 playoff games, Brew. He has been excellent in 3 of them.
18 touchdowns,
and he has
3
been
picks.
Yes, but look at the numbers. They're on the screen. He has been excellent in 3 of them. He has been bad in 4 of them. He just
You
has
just
been.
demolished passer rating. When I said he's got the 3rd highest passer rating
No,
in
I
the
didn't
playoff
demolish
history,
it.
you said, "Oh, that's not
No, I said it can be
unimpeachable stat."
misleading.
And then you use it to say
I said it can be
he's up and
misleading
down.
because those 2 great games last year make it seem like he's a historic playoff performer when he had a historic playoff run that ended with him crying on the field and him changing the rules. Go ahead, Kevin Wiles.
Well, although you look at me and you say, this guy's got it all together, he's an intelligent fella. Answer is, I'm actually not. I've got a brain the size of a small goldfish. They call me the caveman because I like things like scoring points and winning games. I think that matters more than the football analysts. And here's the offensive points per game in QB starts. I started at week 7 because that's when Dak came back. And what do you know? There's good old Dak Prescott. Number 2. You might say, wasn't he number 1 in earlier? Yeah, but we took out pick 6s for this one. Cowboys scored some for him. So that's my list. Nice and
So wait, that's your
factual.
1 through 8?
Well, it's just the facts.
So where would you have Dak Prescott ranked?
You've got an
Hold
opinion,
on.
and then you got an opinion.
where is
and
Dak
you've
Prescott
got an
ranked?
opinion.
Dak
Dak Prescott's ranked number 2
No.
if we can see the graphic.
No.
Right there.
That's
Bingo,
like it.
So
bang,
that's
bang.
your
Number
quarterback
2.
rankings?
That's just the
You have
facts.
Mahomes 4th?
Well,
You have Mahomes
I
4th.
like Mahomes. You know what? Because I think it's good for the show, I'm going to put Mahomes at 1. But I'm going to put Dak at number 2 because he scores a lot of points.
Okay. All right. Listen, the
Simple.
Dak Prescott having him ahead of Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, who's benefited from a lot of luck, true or false, to get to the
Absolutely, but
spot.
he's a better player than Dak Prescott. What's up, bro?
I was so exasperated and frustrated with this list, Nick. I had to make my own.
Went rogue.
It's not
Here's the real list, y'all.
The real list.
America, this is the real list. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Hurts, Dak. Yeah, your Lord's at 6. Purdy, and look at who's over his shoulder, because that's really what's happening.
Well, is that Jimmy G in
for a little mentorship.
I got him.
Ask Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey would like this
You
graphic.
did this whole
Did
thing
Jimmy
to
G
get
watch it
Jimmy
over?
G in it?
No, I'm just saying it's realistic.
And how can you
He's
have
mentored
Trevor
the kid.
behind Dak when Dak is your F game quarterback?
Trevor
How?
was F game in the first
And then
half.
what
That's
was he?
how.
And then what
he
was
was A, but Dak at least gave me a full A game. Trevor has yet to do that.
Having Josh Allen ahead of Joe Burrow is such utter nonsense.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Stop it.
We'll see it
Stop
this weekend.
You know what?
What?
This is why we need the committee.
I like the Purdy.
Tomorrow
I
at
like the
4.
graphic.
It's starting to
I
get
like
crazy.
the Purdy graphic.
Thank
know
you,
what? I
Stink.
agree with you.
Somebody
I just like the
appreciates
graphic.
my creativity.
Yeah.
You know, taking shots at you.
Got a little Noid on his shoulder.
Well, that's why we have the committee, so we don't have this infighting.
The committee, yeah.
What? Say something about the committee.
Don't do it.
Say something about the
A
committee.
very powerful group.
I
Say
like the
something about the
committee
committee.
compared to that. The committee of 1? That's what we get? My goodness. Bring back the committee.
Well, they're going to meet tonight.
tomorrow.
Traveling.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.